Hey everybody, what's going on? Anonymous 2K back on Marvel Contest of Champions, and today we're gonna talk all about the Rocket Walker's Workshop and the scrap. We're gonna talk about how much did we get, what is the ratio of the stuff that is offered to us, if they worth it, what worth it, and let you guys decide if you should get it or not. Before we're gonna jump into that, I'm just gonna remind you guys to hit that subscribe button because we do Marvel Contest of Champions gameplay and review right here on the channel, and be up to date to all the great content that I release. In the beginning of the month, we have received the new monthly quest. That, upon completing it, you will receive scrap, and we have the Rockets workshop as well that you can go into it and get some scrap from that as well. So what we're going to do right now, we're gonna go and see. We're gonna take a look at this at the picture that we have up in front of us. We can see that upon completing the beginners mode, we can receive 20,000 of the scrap. Upon completing the normal 40,000. Heroic 60 and Master 80,000. We had the Rockets daily quest with the scrapyard. Completing that would give you 9,000 scrap on a daily basis. You can complete it up to 10 times. Altogether, as you guys can see, 295. Plus, there was a little problem again, bug again with Marvel Kabam's server. So they added 20,000 scrap, so everything comes down all into 315,000 scrap. So basically now, if you have farmed everything, you're supposed to have 315,000. That's what I have right now, and I'm gonna show you guys what is the best way to spend it, and what are the values of each and every item that you have up for grabs. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to show you this table that I have actually did. In this table, you can see all the items that you can receive from the scrapyard. Right here is the amount that we have all together to spend. This is the scrap that item costs. It's really easy to understand. Right here, we're gonna take a look, and I'm gonna fill everything, all the items. What are the unit costs? So we do know that a premium crystal costs 100 units. We do know that a gold crystal costs 20 units, and the ratio scrap versus units is 50, and here 47.5. That means the scrap divided by the units. That means that for if you buy the premium crystal, you will receive instead of the 100 units, the 500 scrap is about 100 units. The ratio is 50. I'm not gonna fill in the T1, 2, and 3 crystals because we don't have the actual price for them. But other than that, we have almost all the prices in the game. We have the carbonadium core that is 550. We do have the stony core that is 135, and of course the ratios for them are 55.6 and 54.5. The 3 and the 4 star crystals, we do know their prices is 400, 2500 gold, and basically that's where it stops. What I actually did is I filled up for the Greater Ascendant Crystal 500 units because it came up at least one time that I remember that you can actually buy a Greater Ascendant Crystal for 500 units. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just gonna show you guys the ratio right here and the ratio right here. As far as the Alpha Catalyst and the Basic Catalyst, we don't really have a unit number from Kabam on those ones. So what I actually did is I went into the store. I looked at the prices of the gold crystal, that it costs 40 glory and 20 gold I took a look about this 4 is actually the Alliance Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4 health potion. So the Tier 2 health potion worth 80 glory and 35 units. Tier 3 is 160 glory and 65 units. Tier 4 Alliance health potion is 260 glory and 100 units. Right here is the ratio of the glory versus the gold. It's not gold, sorry guys, it's item, it's unit. Sorry, that's my mistake. It's the ratio. Right here is the ratio versus the glory and the units. Okay, so you can buy it either with glory, either units. So I said the ratio is roughly somewhere between 2 to up to 2.6. What I did right here is took the average of everything, and the average ratio is 2.34. After I had the ratio, I said that first buy of the T4 basic in the store is 1100 glory, and if I would use the ratio that we got right here is 471 units. Same here with alpha, 150 units. So roughly, if we take the store's prices, one alpha catalyst is supposed to be worth 150 units, and one T4 basic is supposed to worth 471 units. So what I did, actually the 471, it's very logical because there was a lot of times that Kabam offered for like 400 and 900 like T4 basics to purchase. So 471 units is something that does come in mind, and that is approximately, because we don't have an exact unit number, approximately the price that that Kabam asks for the T4 basics. So what I did is I took those and filled those in, and we can see, and we can see the ratio for those as well. That is the reason that I have those two highlighted. So as you guys can see, most of the ratios are pretty much the same. Let me just highlight it with a nice green right here. Most of the ratios are pretty much the same, other than T4 basic and the greater ascendant crystal. So let's take a quick look and see. If we spend 75,000 scrap and buy one item of T4 basic, it's like we have spent 471 units and got the same item. But if we take and bought 2 carbonadium cores for 30,000, that means 60,000. We spent 60,000 scrap. That's a little less than what we have spent right here. We have used about 1,100 units. I know that it is hard to understand because I'm not explaining it the best, but think about it this way. So you can spend 75,000 scrap and receive an item that approximately worth 470 units, or you can spend 60,000 scrap, that's twice less, and receive items that worth about 1,100 scrap, 1,100 units. So as high as this number is, the worse the deal for us. So we are supposed to, if you want to take and if you want to buy something that will be the best unit ratio, you have to buy that the ratio is as low as possible. So because this number and this number, the T4 basic and the greater ascendant crystal, are so not worth buying, that the ratio is so bad for them, they're just not worth getting. So whatever you do, you should not spend the scrap on T4 basic and the ascendant crystal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take those two and just highlight it with red. So you should not buy those two. Anything other than that, of course, I'm not going to include T1, T2, and T3 catalysts. Everything other than that is pretty much the same ratio. By far, as we can see, The gold crystal are the best to buy if you want a best unit to scrap ratio, but to buy actual the gold crystals is just a waste of scrap because nobody's actually buying them. So don't buy them. Other than that, the premium crystal, the alpha, the 3-star and the 4-star crystals, and the Stony and the Carbonadium masteries are all pretty much the same. As we guys can see, the Stony and the Carbonadium master is a little less worth getting as far as the unit to scrap ratio. But from here on, you have to think, what do you need the most? Okay, what do you need the most? Getting the premium crystals, in my opinion, is most definitely not worth it because they're just not worth getting. You're just gonna get 2 stars out of them most of the time, and it's just a waste. Gold crystals the same. You got a lot of ways to get in gold, and you should not spend nor units nor scrap for gold. So 2 of those, what I would suggest is not getting. Those are my suggestions because either with scrap, either with units, you should never spend on those 2. As far as alpha catalyst, right? If you need alpha catalyst, this is a very, very, very good way to getting them because you're not spending your glory. So you're not spending your glory, so you can spend that glory to buy T4 basic that is a lot better worth. And you can spend to get the T4 class catalyst. So you should spend your glory for that. And you can use the scrap to buy alpha catalyst. In my opinion, this is really, really good value, as you guys can see. The 3-star crystals, I would most definitely not suggest you getting them because the game is going towards the 5 stars, and you shouldn't really invest in 3 stars and spend your scrap on 3 stars. So I would definitely not suggest getting the 3 stars. As far as the 4 stars, it's not a bad value. And if it's your first, second, or third 4-star, and you're in the beginning stages of the game and you need those 4 stars, go ahead and definitely get those 4 stars because that's what's gonna give you the biggest boost, in my opinion. It's not the best value because this is the flat value, the 2500. So if you have a couple of 4 stars already, maybe you should hold on your scrap and maybe use it on something else. Last and definitely not the least, we have the Stony and the Carbonadium masteries. So basically, as we can see, out of the bunch, they're not the worst things to get as far as the ratio, but in my opinion, those are the one things that you actually can use your scrap on because you're gonna get them anyway. You need them to unlock your masteries, and the only way to get them is getting them by units, and units are very, very, very hard to come by, or just opening up, or just waiting that Kabam does something like special, because in New Year's Eve they were giving out like Carbonadium or something, but 99% of the time you will have to spend units. What I'm going to do, so after all that, what is the best value to get and the worst items to get is the Alpha Catalyst, Stony, and the Carbonadium course. Write those 3, right? So you can get one of those 3 and you will definitely spend your scrap the best way that you can, in my opinion, and what we can see from this table right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get Stony and Carbonadium masteries because I have way too many alphas in my stash right now, and I'm going to get 7 of the Carbonadium masteries because I have most of my masteries unlocked and I need like 3 or maybe 4, so 7 is good enough number, and I'm gonna get everything like 14 Stonies because I do want to unlock my I want to max out my bleed bleed mastery and the assassins. I want to unlock like 2 or like at least 1 or 2 assassins, I want to get ready for the labyrinth run. So this is what I'm going to do from here on out. I'm gonna do that. But again, guys, if you watched it up until here, Alpha Catalyst is the best value. Stony core and the Carbonadium cores are the stuff that you really want to invest in. And if you don't really have those 4-star champions, or you just need like a couple of more, 4-star crystals are not a bad way to go. Whatever you do, do not invest in T4 basics. Do not invest in the Graded Ascendant crystal. Do not buy premium crystals, gold crystals, T1, 2, and 3 catalysts as well. That's a big no-no, and those are Alpha, Stony, and Carbonadium are a good choice to go. So thank you guys so much for watching up until now. If you have any questions, do ask me in a comment section down below. But before that, do let me know what you get from the scrap. I'm actually really interested if you did find this guide helpful. As always, guys, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. As always, there's more great stuff coming soon. Make sure to subscribe. See you next time.